Welcome to Gizmos training. Gizmos is an interactive app for grades 3 and higher for math and science activities to help reinforce skills and labs taught in the classroom. You're going to want to get on a desktop or on your browser on your iPad and go to explorelearning.com. There is a Gizmos app and self-service that you'll want your learners to download, and I'll talk about getting them into your class and using the class code to set them up in just a minute. But on explorelearning.com, you're going to want to use the login button up on the top, the dark bar where it says login and enroll, in order to get yourself started. Once you're logged in, you're going to want to click on the account setting gear in order to set up some important information about your account that will help Gizmos find the right lessons for your students. Once you've clicked on the account gear, click on What I Teach, and there you'll see that you can click both math and science and the grade level that you teach and save that information. That not only helps Gizmos search for the right level of instructional materials for your students, but it also, if you develop your public profile and interact with other Gizmos users, it helps them find you and you find others who teach what you teach. When you set up your class, you can add new students and add them all in. So far, I really haven't found a way to change their username and password to something simple. But there is a class enrollment code, and there's lots of help over here on the side. So if you need help with enrolling students in your class or anything else like that, you can find out how to do that right here. Right here on this screenshot, you can see that my students were assigned usernames and passwords, and I don't know how to change that, but that would be worth looking into. Once you've set up your class, you're going to want to find Gizmos for them to use. I'm going to use an example from a math lesson topic that we're studying right now in 5th grade. We are working on multiplying decimals, and to get us started, we've been using the area models built with place value blocks. So all I did was type in decimals in the search where it says Find Gizmos, and it gave me lots of different options to choose from. And I'm going to select the multiplying decimals with area models as the app or the lesson for my learners. When I click on it, I get a screenshot that looks like this, and it tells me that this lesson has assessment questions, that you can contribute your own lessons. You can also recommend this Gizmo or share this Gizmo. Right up here, these two buttons allow you to add it to your class or just launch it immediately and try it out for yourself. If you scroll down from that, on that same screen, you'll see what lesson materials are available, as well as the learning objectives covered and vocabulary. So the really cool thing I want to point out about lesson materials is that while they have a student exploration sheet and an answer key and a teacher guide and a vocabulary sheet for this Gizmo, you can download them as either PDFs and use the ones that they have, but they also keep them on here as Word documents so that you can customize them for your students and their needs and the TEKs. This is an example of what part of one of the pages looks like for the decimal multiplication lesson. It's all about tiling the floor and starting with whole numbers and then building up to the decimals. You're going to want to have your children enroll in your class, and if you click on the little gray box with the class enrollment code, you'll see not only a much bigger and larger code that you can long tap on and copy and put in on the app, but you can also get to the student enrollment handout that might be handy to have a copy of in your classroom. On the app, when learners log in, or if you log in on the app, you can see this, you get this whole index of gizmos, but they're not sorted in any other way than alphabetical. And so you slide this button along the bottom to go between, just scroll through them. Here on this slide is just a screenshot of what that area models with multiplication of decimals, the first slide looks like, where it's starting them off with whole numbers and reviewing, just using arrays to calculate multiplication. And that's about it on how to use Gizmos. I hope you'll take the time to play with yours and see what you can use for your students.